Malities, 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 Malities. Well, that's the formalities out of the way. Right, for those of you who haven't seen me before, my name's Dan, and I'm going to do some stand-up comedy. It's nice to be back in a football stadium. I was once asked my availability to coach a football team in Sheffield. Said I can't manage Wednesday. Before I do get into my set, I do just want to say quickly that as a store, Prudhoe, we have raised over £1,000 for children in need. Including I myself have recently run a half marathon, which is 13.1 miles, and raised about £700 doing that, which may not sound like much to some people, but it is a lot to me as a 17-stone bloke whose only former example of exercise was running my mouth and jumping to conclusions. But my only aim was to run as fast as Adam, you know, Adam and Eve. Well, he came first in the human race, didn't he? But the problem was, it wasn't a proper marathon, so I was just running on the road, so I kept getting stuck behind cars. And it's only a matter of time when you run behind a car, you're going to get exhausted. Anybody who did see my act in the heat, I did mention that I've been rubbish at jobs until I've come to One Stop. I mean, I would try to work in the construction business. I kept screwing up. Couldn't nail it, no matter how the hammer does. I worked in a shoe factory, but there was a massive fire. Yeah, hundreds of souls were lost. I got sacked from my job at the calendar factory. I thought it was a bit harsh. I got sacked from the calendar factory. All I did was take a day off. And it was my drinking problem that stopped me becoming a lawyer. Yeah, I could never pass the bar. I have had some jobs that I did enjoy. It hasn't all been doom and gloom. I was a butcher. Yeah, I worked as a butcher and I loved it. Till one day some bloke came in and said, I bet you £5,000 you can't reach the meat off the top shelf. I said, no way, the stakes are too high. I worked as a scarecrow. I know that sounds weird, but I worked as a scarecrow and I loved it. I was really good at it. I won an award for my work as a scarecrow. I was constantly outstanding in my field. I'm working for One Stop now and I absolutely love it. I mean, I make sure that I give as much commitment and I work as hard as I can for a full 8 hours. Although I do like to spread that out over the week. Our store's a bit weird though, because since I've started there, everybody started putting their names and labeling their food, and I think it might be my fault. I noticed it the other day when I was eating a sandwich called Richard. Sorry, Richard. But, you see, another thing, I was in the office and I was doing some paperwork, and I got really confused as there was music coming out of the printer. Turned out it was just the paper jamming. Work's not bad. I mean, everybody whinges about work, but it's so much better than school. I mean, my local school's recently been in the news. There was outrages. There was a kidnapping on the premises. I thought, what's the big deal? Just wake them up. But all joking aside, my school has been struggling for money. I mean, they've recently become sponsored by IKEA. Yeah, everything remains the same, but assembly takes ages. Sorry, it's not often that I laugh at my own jokes. But, you see, the reason I found school so rubbish was it was just too hard. I mean, I lost count of the amount of times I failed maths. And I mean, I hated science as well, especially the teacher who taught us physics and biology. I mean, we just didn't get along, we always clashed. I think it's because there was no chemistry. But one day, he pointed a ruler at me and said, at the end of this ruler, there's an idiot. He then told me off for asking which end. Another one of my teachers ended up marrying the janitor. Yeah, he swept her off her feet. But the only good thing about school is it was where I met my girlfriend. I know it is hard to believe, but I am in a relationship. So yeah, it's where I met my girlfriend, and I love her to pieces. I mean, don't get us wrong, we argue a lot. I mean, the other day, she came up to us and said, you never listen to me, and you're too immature. At least that's what I think she said. It was hard to hear from inside my thought. She didn't have the password. But I do love the girl to pieces. I mean, I still remember the first time I stayed at her house. Yeah, Dad wouldn't let us sleep together. It was a shame, he's dead attractive. We get on really well, me and her. We do get on well, although we are dead competitive. I mean, we always laugh about how competitive we are. Although I laugh more, obviously. She told us the other day, she said that sex is much better on holiday. Wasn't the best postcard I've ever received. I do. We met through my friend who was in the army. Yeah, he got the whole of his left side chopped off. Yeah, he's all right now. But he once ate all the pudding rations for the entire regiment. They almost shot him for deserting. But it wasn't all fun and games. He was in the war. Yeah, he managed to survive pepper spray and mustard gas. He's now a seasoned veteran. Although actually I do lie, he's out of the army now. He's just had a bairn, which for those not from the northeast means baby. So he's just had a bairn and he invited me over and I was looking after the bairn when he started crying and crying and crying. My mate said he needed winding. Thought that was a bit harsh, so I just gave him a dead leg. But yes, as you can probably guess, I did have a fair few problems when I was younger. I mean, I'm a child of the 90s. So I developed an unhealthy obsession of Posh Spice. Cost me a fortune in Tarragon. Also, I had to have a therapist, and my therapist told me that I had a preoccupation with vengeance. Yeah, we'll see about that. I saw a hypnotist as well, who told me that I'm a soft, malleable metal with the atomic number 82. Suppose I'm easily led. Not that one, no. Right, so I will let you know a few personal secrets about myself. I have the heart of a lion. Yeah, I have the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban from the local zoo. I was visited by my fairy godmother when I was younger. Yeah, she visited me and asked me, what would I rather have, a longer memory or a longer penis? I forget the answer. My back hurts. Oh. You see, I'll tell you something else about me. I love darts. Absolutely love darts. I mean, I once met Phil the Power Taylor, came up to me dead angry and said, did you put super glue on my dart? I said, you just can't let go, can you? Another thing, I get claustrophobic in elevators. Yeah, I have to take steps to avoid it. I was watching a TV show the other day. It was a documentary about boats and how they're held together. Riveting. I then watched a TV show about beavers and where they live. Best damn documentary I've ever seen. I will let you know a bit of a secret before I go. I have heard a rumour that Cadbury's are bringing out an Asian chocolate bar. Could be a Chinese whisper. Right, it is time for me to go. If anybody saw me in the heat, you saw that I do like to end my set on a song. I sang Oasis I sang Wonderwall by Oasis even. And I got the whole crowd to join in, and I thought, Coventry will be up to that. I was singing Elvis Classic, and I was going to get the whole audience to join in. Would you have joined in? Yeah. I was going to sing an Elvis Classic. I got dead excited, the whole audience was going to join in, and I got in today, and they told me, under no circumstances was I allowed to. I wasn't allowed to sing an Elvis Classic and get the audience to join in. I've never been this upset since my pet mouse died. He was caught in a trap. I can't walk out. Come on, everybody, because I